Welcome back to the Movie Recap channel. Today I will show you a film from 2022 called Lesson Plan. The movie starts with a scene of a drug manufacturing site maintained by a group of gangsters. Damien enters the place as a close confidant of the gang leader, ready to circulate another batch of supplies. The gang leader accuses that Damien is a snitch, but he tries to play innocent. Then, the gang leader tells him that they know that he is an undercover cop, and a fight breaks out. Damien fights the gang. Before he manages to get himself out of there, gang leader tells him that he knows about Damien's true identity and the whereabouts of his family. Scared for the safety of his wife, he comes home to find his house dismantled and his wife dead. Meanwhile, his friend Shyman works as a teacher at a school. And one day he gets to know that one of his students is found dead. Then, the other students inform Shyman that he had been addicted to drugs. This has not been the first time something like this happened. The school has become a place where illegal drugs are sold on premises. So, Shyman calls his best friend Damien, who is still heartbroken over the death of his wife. Damien pays Shyman a visit at his house. There, Shyman tells him all about the school and asks for his help to catch the people responsible to the drugs. Damien refuses while Shyman's son, Camel, is listening to them. Shyman has gone to search a warehouse that he had heard from a student that has drugs stored, but he's caught red-handed at the door. Next day, Damien gets to know about his friend's death on the news. Because of where he was found, the police have concluded that Shyman has committed suicide due to the guilt he felt after dealing drugs to students. Devastated by the news, Damien goes and tries to console Shyman's wife and says that he believes Shyman was framed. Sometime later, Damien goes to the school as a teacher to find the real culprits of Shyman's death. When he goes to apply for Shyman's position, some of the staff warns him not to take the job because of the state of the school, but Principal Lesek hires him as there are no other applicants and tells the school is safe because he has hired a security team. Then, Lesek asks another teacher of the staff, Agata, to introduce him to the school and the staff. Next day, when he arrives at the school, he meets Jerk, who acts as a thug at the school, and gets into a confrontation with him. Before things could get any far, they are interrupted by the head of the security team, C.H. Mielski. Damien, along with Agata, goes to his class, and he is able to get the class under somewhat of his control as he is not fazed by their taunts. But there is one student, nicknamed Frogface, who does not listen to him and keep bothering the other students. Damien sees no other option except kicking him out of the class. Frogface does not listen, so Agata sends the head of security to take him out. While he's being taken out, he threatens Agata. After work, when Agata is at the parking lot, she is approached by Frogface and his group of thugs. Before they can do anything harmful to Agata, they are interrupted by Damien and another teacher. Damien defends Agata using his fighting skills. Frogface runs away from the scene, and Damien is left with a wound on the hand. Agata then takes him back to the school and bandages his hand. When she asks him about how he ended up in their school, Damien does not talk about it and instead teach Agata some self-defense techniques. Meanwhile, Frogface is beaten by Jerk, who is one of the people that deals illegal drugs at the school. He is revealed to be working under C.H. Mielski. Both C.H. Mielski and Jerk are furious at Frogface for putting their business in danger when he went to take revenge on Agata. So, he is beaten by the whole gang. Next day, when Damien goes to the school, all the members of the staff are congratulating him about the fight after seeing it on security camera footages. But C.H. Mielski is suspicious of him being a teacher, to which Damien responds that he's just a teacher. When he goes to his class, his students are impressed with his fighting and even asks for some self-defense tips. Then, he takes the students to the gym and engage in a mock fight with them, which all the students find exciting. Camel, who has been home this whole time, joins them at the gym as well, but leaves as soon as he sees that Damien is the teacher. When Damien confronts him at the locker room, Camel is furious with him and blames him for Shyman's death. Damien accepts that he also blames himself for that, and he is working at the school to find the truth. Camel then agrees to keep his secret. At the end of the day, Damien invites Agata to have a drink with him and she joins. At the bar, there are a couple of drunk men that harass some girls. Damien sees this and goes to defend them, and Agata watches this with a smile on her face. On the way back, she invites him to her place where they share some kisses. But when Agata goes to get something to drink, Damien leaves without telling her anything as he suddenly remembered about his dead wife. On his way back, he sees one of the students selling drugs on the street. He tries to tell that student to stop doing these things and get some information out of him, but the student runs away. One of his students, Amelia, who was a former addict, confronts one of her friends when she finds her buying drugs. The confrontation is interrupted by Jerk, and he tells his gang to hold Amelia. Camel comes to rescue her, but he is beaten up as he does not know how to fight. Then, Jerk threatens everyone present at the scene that this is what happens to anyone who tries to intervene. Damien is given the cold shoulder by Agata at the school. When he goes to class, he sees the bruises on Camel's face. When he asks who did this, all students, including Camel, does not tell him anything. Then, he proceeds to scold them for not defending themselves, to which teens reply that they don't know how to. So, he tells them to come to a rundown warehouse. When the teens arrive, the place is in no condition to use, but with everyone's help, they clean the warehouse and get it into a better condition. There, Damien teaches the students how to defend themselves, and he is happy when they learn fast. During his free time, he follows some of the gang members and finds a place where they hide drugs. He calls the police, and they confiscate the drugs. Damien is somewhat relieved, but without him knowing, C.H. Mielski has been following him. The gang members decide that they should do something about it. One day, Damien is approached by some masked men at the warehouse. He fights them and he is able to defeat them, even though those men seem to have professional fighting skills. Next day, at school, he sees some men from C.H. Mielski's security team sporting wounds and bruises. He then understands they are part of the gang. Jerk tells C.H. Mielski that he has an idea to get rid of Damien. Jerk and the gang goes to Amelia's place and threatens her to collaborate with them or she will lose her father. When Damien goes to work next day, Amelia has accused of him taking advantage of her after practice at the warehouse. The students and the staff does not believe him and he is escorted out of the school. That evening, Damien comes to visit Amelia secretly. There she tells him about how they threatened her. After learning this, he visits Frogface at the hospital where Frogface tells him everything about the illegal drugs made at the school. Damien goes to investigate the school and sees Stefan, the chemistry teacher, mixing drugs at the lab and carrying them into a vehicle. He is able to take photos of that and follows the vehicle to a dockyard. There, he is caught red-handed and escapes after fighting with some of C.H. Mielski's men. Next day, he goes to school and shows Principal and Agata the photos he took, but they are blurry. Leszek calls Stefan and C.H. Mielski to ask about this, but Stefan tells that he was working an experiment at the lab and the security team helped to clean up. Damien is dismissed, but Agata is suspicious. Later that day, Agata comes to his house after hearing truth from Amelia. There, Damien tells her all about his past and why he is investigating the case. After getting to know this, she agrees to help him. When they go to confront Stefan, he's shot to death by C.H. Mielski. Next day, all students come and apologize for not believing Damien. That evening, Agata shows him a notebook containing details about a warehouse the drugs are stored. When they go there, they're surrounded by the gang and Leszek, who turns out to be the leader of the gang. The students also come to the warehouse and a fight breaks out between the gang and the students. The students are able to defeat the gang with Camel defeating Jerk and Damien defeating C.H. Mielski. Damien, Agata, and Camel join hands to defeat Leszek. The movie ends with the police coming and investigating the place and them declaring Shyman's innocence about the drugs. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more.